Hello everyone, in this particular Palmistry video we'll be talking about the area of Venus and Mars and the energy levels and the vitality and the stamina that we see with these particular mounts. So I would be giving a reading on sample of many film actors, director, all those things I'll be using to explain to you what basically the hand is showing. So this is basically the area we are referring to. This is the area of Venus, and if the area of Venus basically it represents love, grace, beauty, art, music, sensuality, sexuality, stamina, and this is basically the area of fire. This is the area of aggression, and so these areas basically we'll be referring to, and I'll just move on to the hand images of various people. Like if you see, this is Yash Chopra's hand, the famous director, and you would find here that the area of Venus is very well padded. It's kind of highly raised. So this particular area, whenever raised, it brings in grace and beauty in their work. Either they have got a very good taste. Taste could be in terms of maybe movie making or clothes, fashion, food. So there could be any area these people could be extremely good at. So a good amount of Venus brings in beauty, art, music, sexuality, sensuality, all these things. Again, we would see this is the hand of Shahrukh Khan. You would find this area, this is the amount of Venus to be highly developed. There are very few lines over it. There are absolutely no lines. So no lines is basically a very good sign. It brings the best out of a particular mount. And this is the area of energy, vitality and stamina. So he has got abundance of energy, vitality and stamina. This is the area of fire. So fewer lines over this particular area would also mean that the person is not misusing his fire. Misusing his fire means he doesn't get angry over wrong issues. Some people basically get angry over wrong issues, so their success is going to be basically limited. So now we move on to another. This is famous musician, pianist, and he, even if you see his hand, the amount of Venus is highly developed. So highly developed. So I've already made a video on his hand. You can go and see the particular video, the other video which I've made particularly on his hand. So his amount of Venus is also developed. So the same thing, and his headline is leaning downward towards the amount of moon, means very good imagination and visualization skills. So these things make him much better compared to the other people he is with. Now we move on to the hands of Deepika Padukone. You would find that the area of Mars is not so good, and even the area of Venus is not so good. By not so good, I am basically saying that it's not well developed. It has it is not well padded. So whenever it's not well padded, basically it doesn't bring the it doesn't make a person graceful. But you would be absolutely saying that I am wrong, I agreed to it. See, these things basically come sometimes the few qualities are within, and sometimes the qualities you get from the outside, like the people you hire, the people the people you associate with. Those people basically bring out those qualities in you. So it is not necessarily that we should have all the qualities, only then we are going to be successful. If we associate with the right kind of people, then also we can become basically successful. It's not that her hand is lacking in all aspects. Her heart line is ending on the amount of Saturn. So this person is a wise person. The person is good at managing money. So heart line ending on the amount of amount of Saturn brings in this quality. She also has got a good amount of Mercury. This area represents skill. So even this is a good area. Her thumb is basically tapered. Even that is a good point, which means that the person is a perfectionist. But when we are talking about the Mars area, this is the Mars and this is the Venus. Both these areas are not too well developed. They have got less padding, and particularly on the mount of Mars, there are too many lines. So people who have got too many lines over the mount of Mars might get angry over small issues, or they might get angry over wrong issues, and their temper might be loose. This could be one thing. And at the same time, if there are too many lines overhead, probably land as an investment would not benefit such a person. We move on to the hands of Rajesh Khanna. You would again say that this is the area of mount of Venus. It's very well padded, so huge amount of grace, beauty. And this area of the moon is also well padded, indicating that the person is basically having a good imagination, visualization, and romantic. The person is highly romantic, so those qualities basically come to him. Now we move on to the hands of Angelina Jolie, a famous actress. We would find that again you would notice that this area, basically the mount of Mars, and Mars negative is not so good, indicating the person might be getting angry over wrong issues. Land as an investment would be bad for her. See, this is where the lifeline starts. This is the starting period of our life. So period where if our lifeline is not so good during the early period, even our health might not be extremely good. See, we don't know about her health, we don't know anything about her, but this is what the hand basically is representing. Probably in the early periods of her life, the health might not have been good, but as she grew older, then that's the reason. In the initial period, the lifeline is not so clear, but as she has grown, the lifeline becomes much better. So we find that that in the earlier period, probably the health might not have been good, but it's necessary to have good lifeline in the earlier period, because that is basically the base. You are basically that is the base for you. So if a person has got good health in the earlier period of life, there's more probability that she would have better health in the old age as well. So out here, there's a chance that the health might not be so good. Regarding her headline, this is headline splitting into two. She's basically a genius. The upward line basically indicates that the person is very good at skill or technicality or communication, those areas, and the downward line is for imagination. But this downward line is not leaning too downward, like it's not leaning too much downwards. So there's just a right balance. As far as the mount of moon goes, this mount of moon is not well padded. It's not a raised kind of a mount. So a raised kind of a mount, well padded mount, would give huge amount of imagination and visualization that is required in acting. But again, I would say you don't require to have all the qualities. You get the qualities from people around you, and probably in a highly romantic kind of a situation, she wouldn't be able to depict the best of emotions. So a person with a good mount of Venus, the mount of Moon, would be extremely good lover, or good in imagination and visualization, and that visualization is not in her case, it is not coming from within her. Probably she is getting from the director or the producer or whatever people who tell how to act a particular scene. So whenever we find few things lacking in one's hand, we do not say that the person would not succeed at all. There are huge possibilities. It's just that the company we keep in our life. So if we have got good company, the chances basically increase for success. So lastly, this is the hand of Kapil Sharma. You would find that the amount of Mercury is highly developed, so good communicator, good knowledge. Moon is also developed, so imagination, visualization. The headline is also leaning downwards, so inclination towards imagination, visualization, and romance. And the amount of Venus is also developed. So basically, a lover, a person with grace and beauty, all those things basically, and full of energy, vitality, and stamina. Whenever any person goes in front of him or associates, so that person gets energized. So that's all for this particular video. I hope you liked my this particular video. If you like, click on the subscribe button, and do give your precious comments down below. And thank you for watching. Do subscribe, and there's a playlist that is there. I wish to show you. This is my channel, and I've created playlist of videos of people in different professions. Like this is the video of Mukesh Ambani's hand. You can go and check out this particular video. I've tried to analyze his nature, his personality. Not necessarily we know everything through his hand that the person is going to be super rich, or probably a billionaire. And you can go through the other videos as well, that is on the right hand side, that you see of Bill Gates, then Sachin Tendulkar, sportsman, then Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Rajnikant. Then you can go Imran Khan's, Anil Ambani, Osho, all these people, Shahrukh Khan's hand. So all those videos are there for you to see through the playlist. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye and take care.